was just in a discovery group discussion. We were talking about Luke 10:38 through 42, where Mary and Martha are hanging out with Jesus, and Mary is sitting at Jesus' feet and listening to him, and Martha is very busy and distracted and doing all these preparations. And a few things to take away from this. One thing is that in the Passion Translation, Jesus tells Mary that she has found the one thing that is most important. And I think that's such a neat way of saying it. You know, Mary found this one thing that is the most important thing. And what is it? To be with Jesus, to hear him speak, to have communion, fellowship with him, to have some quality time together. And I think that holds true, not just for Mary, but for everyone throughout history, that the most important thing is to spend time with Jesus, to enjoy him and let him enjoy us, and to learn from him. So that really hit me. And it's not that what Martha was doing was wrong, even though Jesus says that what Mary did was more important. And I think this passage, sometimes people pick on Martha. I don't think Jesus was trying to pick on her or pick on the importance of preparing things. I think he was just pointing out that at that moment there was something that was more important. And so I would say this is more a issue of prioritization than it is a knock on, what Martha was up to. Although I think he does say that she's worried and upset about many things. I think for us, we could say we get stressed about a lot of things. And Jesus is saying, hey, if you would come and spend time with me, you wouldn't be worried, that stress would melt away. And that's why this is more important. It actually will take care of those burdens that you're carrying. But anyway, I think prioritization is the issue here. And Mary was prioritizing this moment, this time with Jesus. And so I think that there's a question in there for us. It's like, how do we prioritize Jesus because he's most important, and us spending time with him is the most important thing. How do we prioritize Jesus and get things done? Do the things that are needed. And I think that there is a way to do both. I think that we need the Holy Spirit to show us how to do that. But I think a big piece of it is simply saying, because the most important thing is time with Jesus and listening to him, I'm going to make time every day to be in the Bible, hear his word, and talk to him, be with him. There'll be plenty of other time that I can get things done that need done, but I've got to prioritize the most important thing. And I think so many of us, if we would do that, we would approach life and in the things that we're doing, even the busyness, so differently. And I think probably the stress and the worry and all the things that often accompany that busyness wouldn't have to be there. Another thing that, just having come back freshly from a trip to Honduras and hanging out with our sister church, Pastor Ricardo and his wife Paula, talking with them, that helped this passage really pop for me. It, just fall into place in kind of a new way. As they said, summarizing, but they said, you could come down, and many American teams come down to different Honduran churches, and they build homes, and they do, this project and that service project, and all those things are okay, they're good. But Ricardo and Paula said, what we value the most is the relationship, is spending time together. And that's what we did on this trip. We prayed for people, and we saw God do a lot of amazing things. But, we had some church services and micro church gatherings there. But the majority of the time was going to people's houses, them offering us coffee and bread and us sitting with them, hearing their story, asking them what God's doing in their lives, talking, building each other up, and then praying together. And they made it clear this is the most important thing. Quality time together, the relationship. And out of that relationship, there's a place for service projects of all kinds, but not in place of the relationship, or not to displace the relationship. And I thought, man, they get it, and it's helping me get it. And I think that's what Jesus is saying he's after as well.